It is a life that is fighting to survive, full of risk to topple an ancient problem that has since turned unpredictable, demanding new social approach.
Even members of public you have talked to fear them. If they were good, why should they be feared? I get it.
Kenya will have to redefine our intention to curb street life.
Tulipokuwa na bunduki hatukuwa tunaibia jamaa wa Kibera. Sana tulikuwa tunatembea upande wa Lang'ata na Kara.
And eyewitness accounts of victims of heinous crimes on the streets of our cities.
We've seen a lot of guys from 17 to 21 years who have been shot dead just here in Kibera. Some are shot outside Kibera.
But will it work in the mission to sanitize an unusually perilous innocence? In this hour, we will take you inside under the cover of Street Family. Now this comes the truth about the devastating life on the streets. This is the truth about people who appear to be having no rights, no privileges to good food, good shelter, and not even good clothing. Just like in the town in the world, Nairobi City is shockingly hosting an increasing number of street families. In the year 2007, Kenya went into a trance of violence that saw over 660,000 people displaced in this country. Some of the people who were displaced were children who went to the streets after the death of their parents in the violence. 1 year later, the Kenyan government embarked on a special program referred to as Operation Rudi Nyumbani. Now, this program was meant to resettle all the internally displaced persons in this country. But the children who went to the streets after the death of their parents in the violence were never given an equal attention of resettlement. During that period of time, ethnography research had revealed that the number of street children in Kenya had doubled. All the same, there is a rehabilitation distance to cover, and that distance which has been covered in ensuring that members of street families become an integral part of the Kenyan society, especially when ensuring that we have a safe and secure country.
Askari anaitwa Vaite Madara asu tunamwita Madara. Sasa yeye ameshaua tena brother wengine wawili. Jana tulikuwa kupeleka mmoja kwao nyumbani jana tu, alafu sasa asubuhi tena ameua mwingine. Ndio hizi Maganda amempiga risasi 8 za mwili, za miguu, tumbo na kichwa na mikono.
December 2013, around Nairobi City, devoted members of street families mourned the death of one of their own. An early glimpse of how members of street families had lived in pain and misery came to the light of the world when they viciously demonstrated against cold-blooded killing of one they called a brother.
Nilikuja Nairobi kuhustle. Nipate zangu. Hata mimi nipata mimi nitoroka nyumbani, Hata mimi hakuna mwenye taja nini. Kama na watu innocent tuambiwe ni nini tunaulizwa. Sisi ni mayouth. Mayouth wadogo sana. Hebu angalia. Mayouth na watu innocent wa miaka 15. Hizi ni mali zenye tunawakotanga. Amemuua na hii ni pisto yake, hii ni risasi yenye tumechukua hii. Hii ni risasi.
He was dead and they needed to bury their friend. But before that, they had to tell the whole world their dejection.
Sasa na bado wakachukua mwili cha lazima, alafu wakaacha kuwa wametupigia marisasi ka 30 hata juu.
Yes, they said it all. And in no time, The demonstration went violent when the same police officers who they allegedly accused of having murdered their friend came in to serve them with the so-called peace. In the process, something happened. In revenge, a member of street family shot at police officers who were trying to contain a violent demonstration.
So when the police approaches a criminal, they don't approach specifically for a structure. They approach for a criminal in question. Now, if we receive reports, what do you need the police to do?
This came as a awakening call for us to probe the unknown side of street life, the underworld of Nairobi City criminalities.
Polisi hata haweza nao. Asijua ni watu wa kuchukua anatoroka. Sasa askari hawezi kupiga risasi. Unaona? Sasa hiyo ndio shida.
We realized that they are no longer innocent as we'd perceived. Rotten apples indeed had existed in this struggling life.
Wanasema hivi, sisi ni masafara wa Mungu. Wanasumbuliwa na polisi. Tukitoka kazini tunapigwa ovyo. Kwa nini?
It's no doubt that people of different genre and generations are silently being sacrificed on the streets of our cities.
Ujafanya makosa wanakutoka teke. Haya, ujafanya makosa ukikuja hivi wanakuwa bure. Wengi yetu wameoa wengi. Wengine bado tujazika, lakini tuko na mawazo, tuko na hasira. Hata nikiongea hivi tuko na hasira na azalia, lakini hiyo imetosha.
The force of nature behind street life in Kenya. The nation of Kenya is one with a number of probabilities constantly building before generation of brilliance and uncertain future at the same time. For generations, Nairobi City has been a symbol of opportunity and business at the same time. And this is what it means to hundreds of members of street families who reside within Nairobi and whose sole activity is to beg for money. However, some of them would rather get themselves into some other activities like crime that have always seen them get into trouble with the authorities in the country. The city of Nairobi is bustling with lots of activities. It is a major business hub in East and Central Africa, with some beautiful suburbs. Unfortunately, the difference between the rich and the poor is overwhelming in the same city. A distant glance of this irony is crystal clear when you visit the castaways of Nairobi City.
Mimi nafanya kazi ya kurokota hii takataka kama nylon, plastic, alafu naenda nauza. Hii kazi nimefanya karibu miaka 6 sasa. Hii kazi ukiingia vizuri, tuseme hii kazi ukiingia vizuri tunabahatishanga. Naweza bahatisha nifanye hii kazi vizuri nitoke na 700 kwa siku. Na ni saa ile iko vibaya nitoke niseme 400 300.
Inadequacy may be the right term, but just maybe.
Unajua ingekuwa gatiani kuna venye gavata inajali mayouth, vitu kama hizi zingekuwa zinafanyika. Unaona? Ni ile ambapo mayouth pia tumewachwa tu, unajua? Yaani hakuna mtu anatuangalia. Ni wewe hustle kivyako.
We are set to visit some of the most dangerous places of the city, the heavens for the members of street families. We are 5 minutes away and we can feel the change of environment deep inside our souls. The uncertainty is silently knocking in our hearts. The first encounter with street life is deplorable.
Hii maisha siku hizi hapa ni maboxini tunarap.
This young girl who does not know her exact age has been living on the streets for nearly her entire life. She knows very little about her parents. She's determined to study, but how? She tells us that she lives on the streets but attends her classes in a nearby estate, Mukuru Kayaba, where a school has volunteered to educate her, but she no longer wants to stay with her fellow pupils after school. Because she was born on the streets, she prefers to live there. Indeed, nothing much has changed in her life. Meters away from this point, Mudhurwa is the resting grounds for hundreds of members of street families. The place is busy, filthy, with no master plan of where they are coming from or going to. And I can see women breastfeeding their babies, all under one family. We are informed that many criminals who might be hiding from the police will not take our presence kindly. After some negotiations, they allow us to have constructive filming. And they pour their hearts.
Kidero bana.
Upiga tunakataa.
Sisi tunasema kidero. Kidero asianze kupiga watu bana. Kidero afute kazi. Hii kazi ya Kidelo akifanya kazi ya kufanya watu
mimi mwenyewe nimegonga kichwa, nikafuliwa nguo zangu zote, nimeumia mpaka kichwa wenyewe, unaona? Si ndio?
Rungu.
Hii ni kugongwa, niligongwa.
Kwa nini polisi alikugonga hivyo?
Juu ya kulala. Si juu ya kulala tu, ovyo tu.
Baraza is an ex-convict. He was jailed in one of the Kenyan maximum prisons and later came out of the jails only to join street life.
So huko nikajuana na watu, nilikuwa nafanya kazi huko sokoni na beba mizigo. Ndio nilikuwa nalewa kidogo kunywa. So hapo hivyo kulikuwa na corruption, nikaanza vita kupigana, kuja nikapigana na mtu. Alafu ndikisha nikashikwa, nikaletwa Kamiti. Nilipoletwa Kamiti nikafungwa mahali inaitwa ICTC. Yaani kuna Kamiti, kuna jela, kuna main, kuna medium na kuna hiyo ndogo sasa ya vijana hivi. Wanafungwa miezi 4 maximum, miezi 4. So wakati nilitoboa huko miezi 4, nikapatana na sister fulani hivi, kakakaa kwake hivi kidogo. But venye nilikuanga bado huko ICTC, kulikuwa wasanii wanakuja na kuna vile nilikuwa nimeandika manyimbo kwa kitabu. Sasa walikuwa wananipea morale venye niendelea.
In this hour, we will take you inside under the cover of Street Family. His story is that of one at the heart of